Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Alex. I am a real estate investor, and today we have part two of a one call close from a paper lead that actually came from needtosellmyhousefast.com. Again, this is a super motivated lead, and it really just needed somebody with confidence to come through there. I'll walk them through the process, call them immediately, and get it handled. So, like I said, part two. In the first part, we already got the four pillars, um, motivation, timeline, condition, price. So this is going to be the second half of the call, just getting it to the finish line, getting that commitment from him. So let's get into it.
Yeah, but if I do go and see what we can't get this thing done for, do you feel like you have enough information to give me a confident yes or no?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I'm the
gotcha.
only uh I'm the only one that owns the house. My name's on it, so I can I'm like, look, I know everybody has to make money, but I'm not,
Mhm.
just give me a little bit of leadway.
Sure.
Because the goal is to walk away with two, but if I can walk away with like 190, so it would probably be like 195 to be able to walk away with 190. If your guy can do that, I just want to be
Okay.
able to because that house, I already know the interest rates are about to go down, and that's going to drive the price of this house up pretty soon in the next couple months, even if you guys held it, did a little sprucing up. Because you see the backyard part, you see the yard part where it's in the back, like it's grown, where stuff can grow
Yeah.
in those pictures. That's what's probably grown up in that back part.
Yep.
So,
I see what you're talking about.
yeah, so, I would say I already know maybe like $1,000 to kind of clean up, maybe cutting brush down and stuff like that. But
Sure.
that area can that area can park probably about 20 some cars.
Hmm.
Pretty
Okay.
pretty big. It's
So cut
and
that down,
and it
haul it
sits
out
up
of
high.
there.
Yeah, the guy that built it, he built it. He started the first bank in Rex. He was a politician.
Awesome. All right. Well, let me. I got these pictures. Do you mind if I just kind of put you on hold for like literally 2 minutes? I'm gonna go talk to my bosses, show them the pictures. I'll try to get them up off
Yeah,
our calculator. And then see if
yeah,
we can't
man.
make this thing happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Give me just a second here. Don't hang up.
No problem.
So right now, all that's happened is like, hey, I need to go talk to my boss, my underwriter. I actually am in a virtual office with Vic, who is my actual underwriter, but I think I was underwriting this one. So if I need to bounce ideas off of him or ask him questions or do X, Y, Z, right, I can just ask him. But what I'm actually doing right now is I'm just like, I already did my initial underwriting, but it's difficult for me to be a 100% closer and a 100% underwriter at the same time. So I can't really fully like focus on him and ask him the right questions at the same time as I'm like underwriting and seeing where I do need to be at for this deal. So a lot of times I just do this exact thing. Say, hey, I just ask for permission. And a lot of times if you ask for permission just to see like if I can come up on price or if I can get you a super solid number, can I just have like 2 minutes? Just put me on mute. And 99.9% of people are like, yeah, if you're about to give me a number, then yeah, go ahead, do your thing. So buys a little bit of time and lets you 100% focus so that you can get them a good number.
All right, brother. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And is your first name, is it pronounced Cooper?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. He wanted me to ask too. I know you kind of have your eye on another property right now. Typically, we set
Yeah.
these for 30-day closings. Is that sufficient for you?
Yeah, if you can get it done, sooner, better. But
Right. Yeah, and a lot of times we do like we'll set it for 30 days or less. A lot of times, once title's done and once our walkthrough is done and everything like that, then there's kind of nothing holding us back, so we can close whenever. But we try to under promise and over deliver. We'd rather lean that way and just set it for 30
got it,
days or less. Would that
got it.
timeline work for you?
Yeah, yeah. If you, you know, 30 days or less, yeah. Less is better. You can probably send somebody over there this week.
Okay. And what would that look like? Do we just basically have to give the tenants 24-hour notice?
So this is something that is important too. You don't want to just like promise the world or give away freebies, right? So if he wants to close in 10 days, you don't want to be like, yeah, no problem. Like I could do all that, because that is actually a challenge on your side. So you, again, and it is also better to under promise and over deliver too. But also when you give away these things as freebies, the prospect or the client doesn't really see any value in them. So at a later time, maybe like you could use this, put that in your back pocket, be like, well, hey man, I can close sooner, but again, that I have to divert resources from elsewhere. I have to pay rush title fees and stuff like that. So maybe it's at this price or something like that, So if you give it away as a freebie, like, no problem, leave all your furniture behind. We can close in 2 days, all that stuff. They don't see any value in it, and you lose it, and you just give it away as a negotiated tool. So don't do that.
Notice and coordinate with you, or what does that look like?
Yeah, I can just let the tenants know, like, look, I can have a property manager go and look, so it'll be easier, smoother transition.
Yeah, so it will be whoever you want us to be too. If you don't want to freak out the tenants or anything like that.
Yeah. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell it, so
Yeah.
make sure you guys are there and just be like, look, have a property manager come over, look at the house, and then go from there. So then it's
awesome.
It's not, we're not home and all that stuff. I've been kind of prepping them right now for it, actually.
Okay. Planting seeds.
Yeah, I already told them. I said, look, I'm going to have a property manager. Did somebody come over there this week? They're like, oh, no, not yet, probably because of the rain. So,
Okay. Well, that sounds good. And just to confirm, before I give you this number here that my boss and I just talked about, what this process normally looks like is if I present the number to you, if we can agree on price and terms and everything, we send this agreement over to you. We go over it together on the phone, make sure there's no errors, no typos. If there are, we fix them right there, and then we can get this thing approved and send it off to the title company as soon as possible, so we can get this thing done sooner for you. From there, we have a professional transaction coordinator. She makes everything absolutely as easy as you can make a real estate transaction. She is an absolute godsend. Her name is Alexi. So it'd be hopefully minimal headache on your end too. But with all that being said, we're going to be cash. We did do the regular cash offer program, so we're going to pay all the fees. So this is a net to you number. Put some cash in your pocket so you can go and be in a strong negotiating position, obviously for your land and stuff like that. So we're at 187,300.
187.3. If you do 190, I'll walk out. I'm good.
Okay, so a couple of things of note there. You want to tie the number to the problem that they're trying to solve, right? And in the other video, when we got his pain, his motivation, what he's trying to accomplish, he has his eye on another deal that it might slip through his fingers, right? So he's got his eye on another deal. He wants to buy some land, and the equity in this property is going to allow him to do that. So you always tie your offer to their goal, their pain, their motivation, whatever they're trying to accomplish right there. Also, in there, you definitely want to include that upfront contract. You just throw it in there as many times as you can. Like, hey, if this makes sense, you and I send it to you right now. We go it over it together on the phone, on DocuSign. If there's any errors, we'll fix them. If there's any questions, we'll answer them. So that's another good thing. And also, he did say in the past too, he wants this to be easy. So I made sure to throw in that we do have a professional transaction coordinator that she does the majority of the legwork and communication with title. So I wanted to include that in our offer. So your offer is never a number. Your offer is a solution to a problem.
I get this rolling. If you ran to make me feel like I'm to get there, because I already know you guys are going to come up a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you can do 190 even, we do 190 even.
My boss is gonna kick me in the head. If I
190 back, get rolling.
Okay. And I don't even want to make any promises because the last conversation I just had with them, I guess that you don't have that context, but
Yeah.
if I could squeeze a couple more thousand out of them, you're telling me you'd sign today?
Right now. No. All right. 190. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Well, let me tell them you're serious.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me 60 seconds.
All right.
So you'll hear what I say next. I come up to the 190 just to get him to sign. I'm not sure if that's the right move or not. I might have been able to squeeze another 3,000 or out of him, or 2,500 or whatever I said. But at this point, it was like, I know I could get him at 190. He just literally told me that. So the only thing is, like, did I want to chance losing the deal? Being like, there's a small chance probably that that he would have been like, no, like, my cousin or something like that. Like, if I'm not going to get the number I want, I can go check with them. And I was so close. If I was a better closer, I probably would have been more confident and I would have just stayed at the 187,500 or whatever I told him. But it was like 2,500 off, and it was already a deal. We were pretty much well below the MAO, so I was more interested in just locking this one up and moving it, and not really taking the gamble for an extra $2,000. So again, if I was a better closer, I would have stayed at the 187,500, because that was a complaint. That was not an objection. And like I've talked about in the past, once you say that number, they're either going to give you a complaint or an objection. For complaints, you want to stay strong. You do, and I think that was more of a complaint than an objection, and I probably should have stayed strong. But another thing I want to note, though, for you guys to take away, he's like, no, like I need to be at X number. So what you do before you agree to that X number is you need to get some commitment from him. So be like, okay, well, I'll go back to the team and I'll see if we can't squeeze a few more $1,000 for you. But if I do that, are you willing to go today? Like, are you ready to sign today? And you need to get that commitment to them before you go back to the team or do whatever you need to do, right? Get that commitment. Without that commitment, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not going to go get yelled at if you're going to think about it at 190. But he says, no, I'm literally signing. We're signing this thing right now at 190. So that's another reason that kind of influenced me to take the 190. So again, if I was a better closer, I would have locked this thing up even at a deeper discount. But it is what it is. Got it. One call closed, so I'll take it.
All right, Cooper.
Yes, sir.
I think you got him here.
All right.
He said he'd do 190 if you're 100% serious, and we'll make this thing happen right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. It sounds like you might be driving right now. Are you able to just pull over quick so you don't crash your car?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, awesome. I am sending it to your email as we speak. It should be there in the next 30 seconds or so.
Got a DocuSign?
Yeah, DocuSign.
Okay.
So the rest of the video or the rest of the call is literally just me walking through the contract, right? And there's really nothing special there, so I'll save you guys that. The only one thing I actually would say about that is you normally kind of want to take control of that. So, hey, let me know when you can see the first page here. And then they're like, okay, I can see the first page. And then some people like to literally go line by line, sentence by sentence, and really get all the nitty-gritty details. Some people like to just kind of hit the highlights and what's important, right? And either is totally fine with me, I have nothing to hide. What would you prefer? And then you'll know, and then just do whatever they say. But by doing that, by kind of taking control, and then you're the one like reading the contract and explaining to them, there's gonna be a lot less of this like they're trying to read it themselves and not fully understand and stuff like that. So which does happen like a lot. So if you're the one kind of in control, reading the contract to them and explaining it as you go, it goes much more smoothly. So that is pretty much it here. The other thing I wanted to note too, again, this wasn't like you didn't have to be a super special closer to get this guy under contract. Like, he was motivated. He wanted to do the deal. The magic, I think, really in this one came from the lead source. And this was, like I said, it's a PPL lead from needtosellmyhousefast.com. And they have a pretty interesting business model, right? So there's all the counties in the US, and then you essentially like set your bid for each county. And if a lead comes in and you're the leading bidder at that time, the lead goes to you. And it's pretty. Most of these leads are pretty good. I'll give them that. It's people who are literally searching needtosellmyhousefast.com. So these people are pretty serious about it. So I have a personal needtosellmyhousefast.com. The company that I work for does as well. I'll drop my link in there at the bottom if you want to check it out. If you want to get your own PPL leads, go right ahead. And hopefully you guys took something from this video here. And if you did, be sure to drop it in the comments and share your takeaways and make sure to implement on that. That's honestly the biggest key. Everybody's out here consuming and no one's actually out here implementing. So don't be the consumer, be the implementer. But I'll see you guys in the next video. If you took something from that video, there's a good chance that somebody you know might benefit from seeing it as well. So don't be selfish. Share the love, send the video around, give it a like, give it a comment, help this get out to more people, because my goal is honestly just to help people and help them accelerate their own journey. So if you can help me do that, I'd be very grateful. Also, if you have leads that you need closed, I'm the guy. in the description, there's a hot lead form submission. It's a Google form. It's fairly simple to fill out. If you've got a lead that is motivated, ready to make a decision, and you just need somebody to come in and close it, let's do it. Fill out the form. Let's make some money together.